Hey everybody, it's Steve with Entering Into Space, and this is part two of my new 2022 Adjust Glasses workflow. And this was the image that we produced using both Pixinsight and Photoshop. Pretty good image. So as I promised, I would show you, anti-Photoshop people, how to stay in Pixinsight and try to get the same results. So this is the image we want to match. We can call this pix_ps, so we know that's the image we want to try to see how close we can get to, or maybe better. You never know. So let's look at what we have here at the bottom. There's our stars. These are the big stars that we made. We can delete that because we're not going to use that this time. That was that ugly image. And then here's our starless image. So we're going to pick right up where we left off. There's the stars we pulled out. So we can minimize those. Image 12 stars. Ugh. I should get rid of that. Alright, so let's work on this. Let's work on the nebulosity only. Now that we've got the stars pulled out. And we're looking really good. But I think we can do some stuff to define some of the structure in here a little bit better. And I used, in Photoshop, I used the high pass filter, and I just kind of painted in. So this time what we're going to do is create a range mask. I'm going to reset the tool. We're going to use a local histogram transformation to create some of that depth within the nebulosity. So when you come in here, the tool, you create a preview. Everything's white. You got to come here to this lower limit. You got to push it down. And we just want to capture just the core part of the nebula here. And then the smoothness factor, we'll smooth that up. And what this fuzziness does is it just kind of smooths out the edges just a little bit. Gives it a little bit better feather. I don't want to get too aggressive with that though. So I like that. So let's create it by hitting the square button there. So now we have a range mask. We can see what it's covering. If we hit this double square button here, it makes these two images the exact same size. We'll put one on top of the other like that. And just click on it and hold. Don't click on it and drag. Just click on it and hold. And you can kind of see it's showing you what's below. So we're grabbing the good parts, man. So again, let's drag, drop, boom. That also shows you. Push our range mask down here. We'll come over here and hit mask, show mask by right clicking on the image. Let's make this just a little tiny bit bigger. And then I want to really just kind of speed the process up. So I want to focus in on maybe that area right here and maybe this area here. Let's go in here like that. And we're going to open up local histogram equalization. I like to leave it at 10 bits. I started out with a kernel radius of 200. Let's see what it's default at. Whoa, it's a amount of like everything. I like to back that down, but push that kernel radius up. So, you know, I use these as percentiles, so that's like 25%. Let's just drag and drop onto the preview. Let's see what we got. Control, Shift, and Z. Yeah, you see it's just kind of highlighting. It's given us some depth within the image, and I like that. Let's go down to the second preview here. Let's do the same thing. Actually tends to sharpen stuff up a little bit. I like that too. I like it. So now we're going to click back out and apply it to the whole image. Alright, so now let's go here to preview, delete all, and then we can just hit the go back button. So hit the go back button here. So you can tell it's definitely enhanced the image, even though our little previews pop up here get in the way. It's good. I like it. Still got a little bit of green in here. So let's come over here to process. Actually, no, we're going to go to script, utilities, and we're going to apply a color mask right here, color mask. So let's see how much green is left in the image. We're going to click green as the image that we want to mask. Let's blur that mask to a 4. Okay. Just see how much green's left in the image. So quite a bit. You can see it's really around the outer edges, which, you can visually tell that, but some of that yellow still has some green in it. We want to maybe pull that down just a little bit. This mask looks a little harsh, especially on these edges. So let's open up convolution. Let's reset the tool. Open up a real-time preview. We're gonna blur it. Looks like we need to really get up here in the upper limits and blur it. Right about there. Okay. And apply a mask. You drag and drop in the middle of nowhere. Like an old dog you don't want anymore. No, we don't do that. It's bad. That was a bad analogy, Steve. Okay. So let's open up our curve transformation. Click the real-time preview. I hope my dog didn't hear that. He's spoiled. And we're going to come in here, choose the green. We're going to pull that down. You see what that did? Just pull a little green out of it. We can boost a little red. We're going to pull some blue out of it too. And then we can come in here to the RGB, create just a little S curve right in there. Pull it down. And as always, the lightness will actually brighten the image and actually desaturate it just a little bit. I like it. We're still not blowing anything out. Cool. I think that's about all I want to do. Get rid of that green. Awesome. Mask, and then remove the mask. So the next thing that we did in Photoshop was we applied a pretty heavy noise reduction with the camera raw filter, and then we masked the image to salvage some of the details, and so keep some of this outer darker area really smooth, some of the darker area smooth, but all these high areas we didn't touch. So we can essentially do that with the same thing, same process here, but we're going to extract a luminance. Okay, I like that. We're just going to reapply it. Boom. Getting a lot of clutter down here, aren't I? Eugh. Let's see. This green mask, let's get rid of it. We don't need it. Good lord. Allow. Yes, we don't want any more. Okay, and then, so right now, if we come up here, right click and say mask, say show mask, you see that the highlights are vulnerable and the darker areas are protected. We want to go mask, invert mask, because we want to apply noise reduction to the darker areas. And I don't like to see that mask. I'm just going to click show mask. All right. So let's pull that right there. Now you're like, what are you looking at? Nothing. Nothing. Right there. We just want to see what noise reduction we're applying to that area. So we can click into the preview. And hey, it's a big old black screen. But let's go in here to process. Noise reduction. TGV denoise. We're going to come over here to the CIE lab mode. Luminance. I'm going to leave all the defaults set. Drag and drop. And you are absolutely not going to see what this does. But I can zoom in as much as I can. You might be able to see this, but man, does it smooth it out. I'm zooming in. You can see pixelation gone. I hope you can see it. Do like this. Like that. Anyway, works really well. Take my word for it. Don't take my word for it. Do it yourself. All right, we are done. You can't tell what we did, but it looks great. So let's delete the preview, right click on it, and remove the mask. Remove mask. Okay, I think we could probably brighten up some of these fainter areas of nebulosity here in the curves transformation. So let's open that up. Open up a real-time preview. So right in here, we are in this general area. So let's roll our mouse wheel back. So we're zooming in. We're at three times here. So right in that quadrant is that area we would want to boost. All right, but once we move into here, we don't really want to boost that too much. So right there's where we want to boost it. And then right here is where we want to pin it down. Put a double just to really hold it down there. So that's where we want to boost. So let's roll that mouse wheel forward. So let's do a 2. Let's find out where the brighter edge is. So right in here is where we're trying to protect. So we're going to pin it by putting 2 points. So now we just grab that area that we want to boost. See how we're just lifting. Oh. See, we're just lifting that fainter nebulosity. I don't know, y'all. Right there. Yeah, man. Accept it. See that trick? Gotta be smarter than tools that you're working with. Alright. So, I definitely like what I've done here. We've got some good details within the nebulosity. We've got good color. We could probably come in here to our process, all processes, and come to color saturation, do a real-time preview. Just right over here and just grab this. You can grab somewhere in the middle here and it's going to put a weird kind of, it's going to really do something funky. I'm going to reset the tool, but if you grab it right at the edge here, you're going to do basically every color. You're going to put an entire global saturation or desaturation. So we just want to boost that saturation right there. Yeah, man. Let's kill the tool because we don't need it anymore. Ooh, Lord. That looks good, good, good. Alright, so let's go over here to script utilities. Oh, dark structure enhancement. This is more of the high pass filter work. I'm going to push that down to about 0.3. Okay. Alright, so we are done. Let's do it before. Boop. After. Oh, man. See, you know, I guess that's the difference, is that with Photoshop, you're kind of painting those areas in. You may put a little more or a little less here. This, you're just kind of setting a parameter and clicking a button, and then whatever it spits out is what you're going to have to accept. Which isn't the end of the world, but sometimes I like to paint stuff in. I like to color. Anyway, I think we're good. We're still going to do some sharpening to the image. So let's wait on that. Let's go ahead and put those stars back in. All right, so let's minimize that image. This is our image 12. Yes, image 12. Let's go ahead and rename that so we know what the heck it is. We're going to call this Pixinsight Only. Now, I'll show you a pretty cool technique here. Let's go in here to the image 12 stars. Something I really started doing here recently. You zoom in here. We're going to zoom. You see like this star right here. You've got some are worse than others. This one isn't bad because we kept them kind of small. But if you look at these stars, they've got this granulated, kind of pixelated. And look at, you can even see what Star Exterminator did. It kind of pixelated your star, but around the edge you see some noise here. So what we're going to do is go to our star mask, and I think it is intact. We didn't do anything to manipulate the star mask. Did we? No. Let's sync them up. Oh. Got a full star mask here. we did get rid of one little spot, so let's do that. We picked up a little part of the nebulosity here. So let's go in here to process, all processes, and clone stamp, the dreaded clone stamp. Let's boost that up to 40. And hold the control key down, draws a circle, and let's get rid of that little bit of nebulosity here. Check it, and kill it. So I like the star mask. It's pretty good, but I think I want to make those stars just a little bigger. I want to dilate them. So here in morphological transformation, typically it's set to erosion, but you can also set it to dilation to make things bigger. So we want to increase the size of the stars just a little bit. Boom. The other thing I want to do is I want to feather the edges of the stars. So I'm going to open back up convolutions because convolute is to blur. Just going to bump that forward. Just blurring the stars just a little bit. Minimize the tool. Close the real-time preview. Alright, and then we're going to apply the star mask just to the stars. So this is what's cool about being able to separate those stars out. Let's right click on the image, go mask, and we're going to invert. So now all we're doing is protecting the stars. So where it's red here, you can see the star is protected. So where it's not red, it's not protected. And so we're basically red at the core, the centroid of the star. But around that edge, I was showing you all that kind of noise is not protected. So let's go in here to mask and let's say show mask. And let's just grab a little preview box around this little cluster of stars right here. Let's go into the box. Let's open up TGVD noise. Same thing, leave everything alone. Drag and drop. It takes a little bit because we made a little bit box, bigger box. But you can see, I think you can see, we've got kind of a busy, noisy star here. Now we've really smoothed it out. Still got some good brightness, some good circulation, some morphology. But now we've cleaned up around the stars. Cool. So let's do that. That's step one. Star edge cleaning. What do you want? You heard that comment, didn't you? I'm sorry. Okay. All right. So that is step one. Step two is I'm going to do a little tiny bit of cleaning up around, or actually shaping the stars, and a little bit of star reduction. So let's go back in here to the preview that we made. We're going to open up curves transformation. Cool. Set it to RGB and do a real-time preview. Now remember, we're protecting the center of the star, but not this dark area. So if we grab about a third of the way up and we pull down, see how the stars get smaller? So that really helps if you've got some funky shaped stars. It kind of, because the star mask basically creates circles. And it really helps to kind of tone down any star halos that you may have. I mean, you could really pull it down. Just depends, but I don't like to get that crazy. So let's roll that ahead about a third of the way up. Right there. So remember now, we're still in a preview, so we got to click out of it. We got to go back to the main image, drag and drop the instance. Boom. Star reduction. All right, so let's delete the preview, right click and delete the mask, and say remove mask. Cool. So let's put those stars back in. Let's open up our Pix Only image. Pretty cool. Let's see, we don't have that tool open, so we go here to process pixel math. We're going to leave use single RGBK expression checked. We're going to click into the editor. This one's pretty easy. We want to find our image, Pix Only. Shows right here. So double click on it. Shift plus key. We're adding. And we're doing the image 112 stars. Image 112 stars. Double click on that. Okay. Your destination, you want to make sure right here is just set to replace image. which it is. Comes default that way. So then let's drag and drop. Boom. Right on. Now I'm cleaning. I'm always cleaning. Okay. So we have some really small stars in here, remember? We pulled them out small, we reduced them. So now we've got our nebula really shining through. We still maintain some star spikes. We got good star color. We didn't blow anything out. So let's do one more little process here. Let's sharpen everything up. Let's create another luminance because we do want to sharpen the stars up just a tad. And let's reapply it. And I believe we still should have, we can come back in here and do a preview. I believe we still should have our settings from MLT. Yes, we do. Let's go in here to the preview. See where we're at. Let's drag it on the image. Our stars are pretty sharp. Let's see if we like that or not. I like what it's doing to the image, but I guess it's okay. That's some pretty sharp stars, but that's pretty much what Topaz denoise would do. Let's drag and drop. Cool. Digging it. Let's delete the preview. Remove the mask. Yeah. So let's look at our other one. And let's compare the two. This is our, oops, let's do this. This was our Pixinsight and Photoshop. And this was our just Pixinsight. What do you think? They're a little different, right? But not a ton. I mean, it really just now depends on what pulls the heartstrings, right? I guess. I don't know. Let's pull that in here. Let's drag the tab over so we can match them up. Can't tell a lot of difference. I don't know. I think I like them both just as equal. I do think that the one that came out of Photoshop was a little smoother. But shoot, from a observational distance, from an Instagram or a Facebook or an astrobin distance, I don't know if you could really tell. Yeah. Anyway, that's it. So maybe there was more steps in Photoshop, especially with the double star blending. Maybe you like this process better. I do feel like I see a few more stars here in the heart where I don't, you know, there's very little stars. They were reduced a bit more on the Photoshop version, I would guess. But I like them both. I really do. And it really comes down to, you've got data, don't overstretch it. Please take it from somebody who, you know, did this. Yeah. Go away. But yeah, these are the processes we have to go through, because guess what? When I did this image, I was like, dang, heck yeah, look at that. Neon. Anyway, yeah, I'm done with this. I hope that if you only like staying in Pixinsight, I hope that helped. I really can't tell which image I like better. I'll have to stew on it some, but I will post them both. I won't post them. I will put them both at the end of this video. You know, a long version of them so you can really look and leave a comment. Let me know which one you like better. The Pixinsight Only or the Pixinsight Photoshop Only. Let's see a vote. Give me a vote. All right. Until next time, which should be soon. Hopefully it won't be as long. Clear skies. Wait, I totally messed that up. Clear skies and clear minds.